So about 12:30 yesterday at the 1800 block of Knowles, two males, as far as we have it at this point, forced a male inside of his residence, out of his car, into the residence. They took some items out of the residence and then forced him back to his vehicle. It's sort of a very fluid moving at this point. We're getting some sightings, obviously, at this point. We're following up on every lead that's coming in at this point. We obviously have reason to believe that he was injured on scene, so we're trying to do everything we can to find him as quickly as we can.
This happened at 12:30 in the morning.
Was it this morning or?
This morning, 30 minutes after midnight.
Okay.
And he was forced into a residence where?
It was his mother's residence. He was forced. He was actually going home to visit his mother, a 71-year-old female that actually resided in the house. We have reason to believe that she was also assaulted inside the residence, and then he was forced back into his vehicle.
No description of the suspect.
We have, other than two African American males, that's all we have at this point.
Who called police?
It was actually several different ways that it came in. The homeowner actually had an alarm system that had two-way communication. They actually were hearing what was going on at the time, so they were one of the callers, and then later on the resident was able to make the call herself.
Is she okay?
She is okay. Well, physically she's okay, yes.
Can you give an address where this residence is?
It's 1835 Knowles.
Oh, I'm sorry. Probably said that.
She had no idea? She had no information? I mean,
No,
as far as who
both of them were reported as being masked with firearms, so there was no description that she was able to provide to us.
So let me just get this straight. So these guys were waiting for this person outside of his mother's residence house, and then they went in to the residence with the man?
I mean, I don't know if they were waiting or not. They obviously were in close proximity.
Okay.
He parked his car. I guess he had a habit of backing the vehicle into the driveway. So at some point when he was backing his vehicle into the driveway, they approached him and essentially took him by gunpoint to force him back into his residence.
No motive right now.
Not at this point.
They forced him back into his mother's residence.
Correct.
Okay. So he came over to visit his mother, got out of the car, boom.
Yes.
Pushed back into mother's house.
Yes.
And then they got into the car with him?
That we're not certain of. He was. We have evidence leading us to believe that he was forced back into his vehicle. I don't know if both the males got into the vehicle with him or not.
And he has not been heard of since.
He has not been heard of since, no.
And that's him in the picture?
That is a picture of him, and that is a stock picture, not the actual picture of the vehicle.
Right.
That's a picture of, it's a tan or goldish color LeSabre, and so that's a like image of the car.
I know you said a lot of this is still unfolding, but there's just absolutely no reason why this man would have been abducted like this, according to the mom.
That's correct.
Okay.
And if people see this car or the victim, don't approach, right?
Yes, do not approach. Just call 911 or your local police department. Okay.
And anybody with any further tips, please call 216-451-1234. That's the East Cleveland Police Department.
What is that again, 216?
451-1234.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time.